New rule to eliminate 3.1 million SNAP recipients. At present, 43 states allow recipients of temporary assistance for needy families, TANF, to automatically qualify for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP. A new rule proposed by the Trump administration Tuesday seeks to change that. Officials from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, wants to require TANF beneficiaries to pass a review of their income and assets in order to determine if they're eligible. Yeah, SNAP. Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. The rule, if put into place, would save federal government approximately $2.5 billion yearly. Sonny Perdue, USDA Secretary, was quoted saying some states are taking advantage of loopholes that allow people to receive the SNAP benefits who would otherwise not qualify and for which they are not entitled. Though some may think the rule requires congressional approval, it actually does not. This loophole has allowed many who should not have SNAP to receive them. I'm trying to scroll up here. Thank you. Acting Deputy Undersecretary Brandon Lips explains, unfortunately, automatic eligibility has expanded to allow even millionaires and others who simply receive TANF-funded brochures to become eligible for SNAP when they clearly don't need it. I wonder when Crackle Pop will be a thing. Right? Though Trump says the new rule would save taxpayers up to $15 billion, a Congressional Budget Office places the estimated savings of $1.8 billion from 2019 to 2028. So there's that story. Next story gets the next picture. Let's see here. Food stamps off. And my chat box isn't showing up over here. Why be no chat box? Because dummy did not test it. That's why no chat box. Alright, we need people to type in the chat so I can fix the chat box, which I know is probably bigger than my little thing over here. Yep, a little shorter. There we go. Haha. As we get this thing put there. Alright, good. Alright, now we can actually see what's in the chat. Yay! Lucky Charms guy myself. Alright, so still gotta fix the chat box. So, next story. Wait, because that's bothering me now. Because I'm that anal. Alright, so now we do this. Now it should fit. Now she's barking at the neighborhood. Crouching Terrier, Hidden Pit Bull, apparently. Alright, so next story. 2-year bipartisan deal boosts spending and suspends debt limit. I'm pleased to announce that a deal has been struck with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, and House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy on a 2-year budget and debt ceiling with no poison pills. This was a real compromise in order to give another victory to our great military and vets. Yep, you heard correctly. Alright, before the 6-week summer recess... Hold on just a second. I'll be right back. I gotta get her to quit barking. What? What? What do you want? Besides to be, in the center of the spotlight here. What? What? Yep, Ruby's making an appearance. Oh, what do you want from me? No. If I'm going to put you want down, you're going down this way. And you're probably going to, yep, you want me to play with your toy. Mommy's, come here. Over here, this side. This side's stubborn. There you go. All right. Before their 6-week summer recess, Congress has reached a budget deal that looks to increase spending limits by $320 billion and also suspend the debt ceiling until the next presidential election. This will allow Washington to continue its borrowing binge, a binge which has been going on for a minimum of 2 years. Fiscal Republicans have resisted this budget, saying it will add much to the already existing debt. This has left those in favor of the bill scrambling for votes in favor of it. This is a role reversal for the White House, whose original stance was to cut programs and be more fiscally responsible. Verbal assurances from the Democrats included not adding policy changes which were controversial to future spending bills, but there was no clear outline as to how they would be held accountable. The deal was brokered with Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin. The acting budget director, Russell Vought, had demanded Democrats to commit to budget changes totaling $150 billion, but it was rejected. A deal for more military spending was cemented in the agreements, but it may not constrain any future spending in excess of the $77 billion agreed on. You're hearing this correctly. The deal would keep the debt ceiling at bay until July 31st, 2019. This means the ceiling would not be considered again until fall of that year, and the agreed-to budget will have spending levels through September 30th, 2022. During the Obama administration, it was the Republicans who were insisting on the budget needing to shrink and the need for a constitutional amendment to balance said budget. Along with the aforementioned agreements, Democrats said they would not attach riders in the future spending bills, often called poison pills. The problem is there's no clear definition of what these poison pills are. There was pushback from the more progressive members of Congress. Obviously, she opened her mouth and stupid fell out. Notice how whenever we pursue large spending increases, plus tax cuts for corporations, contractors, and the connected, it's treated as business as usual. But the moment we consider investing similar in working class people, tuition-free college, they cry out, it's unrealistic. Because it is unrealistic, you idiot. Yeah, one of the things the Democrats didn't get in this budget bill was an agreement that there was going to be funding for tuition relief, or in some sort of relief for college tuition and such. So that's what she's bitching about. That's what Little Miss I Want Everything for Free is bitching about. And here we go. That's going to be a familiar face from now on. All right, let's see here. Next, scroll down. The deficit is projected to reach $1 trillion this year. Bad enough. Boris Johnson, new UK Prime Minister. On Wednesday, Theresa May will hand over the reins of leadership to Boris Johnson, making him the new Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Even though he beat out Jeremy Hunt, he will have a long uphill battle ahead of him. Being a hardline Brexiteer means he has promised to leave the EU whether they have a divorce deal or not. Many members of the Conservative Party have said they will resign to resist a no-deal Brexit, a move that will plunge the UK into recession. And I put unto. See, all this is going to be edited and put as a transcription blog post on the news blog, as well as edited versions of the stream, which is going to have the government dump as well as this news portion edited out for videos on YouTube. So we're going to go back to that. So Boris is a hardline Brexiteer. The plane. Okay, sorry. Had to. All right, let me center this, and this is the last story of the day. Warning shots fired at Russian military plane. There goes my Streamlabs again. Got to make sure it's centered. There we go. Russian military craft were met with warning shots in the hundreds as they crossed into South Korean airspace, an incident Russia denies. Russia, however, has accused SK pilots for flying in a reckless manner. The occurrence drew attention of both China and Japan.